Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm going to be flying solo in this video talking about Animal Crossing and how Joe Biden might get the boot. Yeah, this is really interesting. Nintendo revised their terms of service for Animal Crossing, and they explicitly stated that they did not want companies or organizations to get political, to use Animal Crossing or any of their games for political purposes. And I think it was calling out Biden in particular without calling out Biden because, of course, Joe Biden has his own island, right? Biden and Harris have their island. There were codes given out to with QR codes to download different Animal Crossing election stuff. It was a very edutaining place to visit, I guess. We know AOC uses Animal Crossing now, and Nintendo's like, no, stop it. Just stop it. I think more companies need to do this. Like, let's just focus on making good games and escapist entertainment. And this is the problem that most gamers have with the overt political messaging, both sides of the aisles. I don't care which way you vote, right? People are tired of politics being injected into escapist entertainment. You can't get away from it. You go play a video game to get away from the news, and the news follows you into the video game. You go read a comic book to get away from the news, and the news follows you into the comic book and smacks you upside the face with it. Why is Japan doing better at escapist entertainment than America? Because Japan does not seem completely obsessed with politics. They are trying to make entertaining products. And yes, sometimes there are political messages within those products, but it's not as overt as America has been lately with everything. Whatever the biggest platform is, with gaming, with comic books, with the animation industry, movies, TV shows, it goes on and on and on. And a lot of this stuff is not going to age well. Because in 10 years, it's going to be talking about issues we're having current year, and people are going to be like, oh my God, that's so dated. That is so dated. Whereas we used to focus on making timeless entertainment. But yeah, Nintendo, they are a world leader in gaming, and they're saying, stop with the politics. We don't want it. We don't want you to use our stuff to promote yourself, to promote your political beliefs. That's not what we do here. Now, before we get into it, please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're over 150,000 subs. And also, check out Clownfish TV Gaming. That is a separate channel. And believe it or not, we play Animal Crossing. We do play Animal Crossing on that channel, Minecraft, a few other things. Mostly me and Squid King. Sometimes Geeky and Pinky Boo get in there too. But you can check that out. I will put the Animal Crossing playlist in the description of this video, and you can check out our island, Clown Town, over at Clown Town, which we do have a communist dictator named Tom Nook, but we're not getting overly political. He's just kind of a dick, but he's a dick for everybody, isn't he? So here we go, coming from the Hill, and a lot of outlets have covered this. Eurogamer covered it, The Independent covered it, and what we're talking about beyond Joe Biden is that Animal Crossing has been used in recent months for political activity. We had, people doing protests and stuff in game. Now, I don't think Nintendo's talking about that. I don't think they are, but I think they're like, in an official capacity, do not get political. This is in contrast to Western companies, which get more and more political as time goes on. I think at the behest of games journalists, activists within the gaming industry, but Western game studios are getting more and more political, and Nintendo is telling them to pull back. Now, we did hear rumors of Capcom at least floating around an internal memo talking about praising The Last of Us Part 2 as something that they should aspire to. That game was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. Players hated it. They hated that they were being hit upside the head with political messaging. And it does seem like people from the West, whether it's game journalists or co-producers or whoever they're listening to, are whispering into these Japanese studios' ears and telling them this is what America wants, and that's not the case. And Nintendo's smart enough to know it. They're like, yeah, let's just keep the politics out of our games. Thank God somebody at Nintendo has some common sense and is telling players specifically to not get political. So this is coming from The Hill. Nintendo refrained from bringing politics into Animal Crossing. Nintendo updated the guidelines for its popular Switch game Animal Crossing New Horizons to ask businesses using it for self-promotion to avoid any political comments. While our services and products are generally for personal use only, we understand there may be situations in which businesses and organizations would like to use or reference the game in relation to their business. Yeah, a lot of brands have been using Animal Crossing, which is kind of freaking weird. The new guidelines stated, before listing a series of banned activities, including creating offensive content, please also refrain from bringing politics into the game. Reads one bullet point. It's unclear how the policy will impact lawmakers who have utilized the game for their gain, including the Biden campaign. During the 2020 election, Biden's team created campaign signs that Animal Crossing users could add to their yards within the game's platform, including ones with Team Joe and the Joe Pride logo and an image of aviator sunglasses in red, white, and blue. How you do, fellow kids? That's basically how that came across, right? Animal Crossing is a dynamic, diverse, and powerful platform that brings communities together from across the world, said Christian Tom, director of digital partnerships for the Biden campaign. That's what this is about. That's why politicians and activists flock to games like this. They have large communities because it is a platform for them. That's what this is all about. AOC is using Animal Crossing too. Brie Larson's playing Animal Crossing. It's all about the platform. That's why we see these people sort of, even developers, even games journalists or whatever they are, the activists weasel into the game industry is because it is such a large platform. Video gaming is eclipsing movies. It's eclipsing television as the pastime. It's the biggest platform in entertainment. So absolutely, people who are looking for a big megaphone are going to be attracted to a big platform. And Animal Crossing sold like gangbusters during the pandemic. Absolutely, people are going to use it. They absolutely are going to use it. So I just thought it was very interesting that Nintendo felt the need that they had to come out and say no politics. I don't know if they were getting pushback because of all these politicians using their platform to espouse their political beliefs, re-election campaigns or whatever. But clearly somebody at Nintendo's like, yeah, this is the line. This is the line right here. We're not crossing this line. You're not having an official election campaign using our platform. So some other rules include players cannot use New Horizons as a marketing platform that directs people to activities or campaigns outside the game, including directing people to a sales page, distributing coupons, sweepstakes, giveaways, requiring consumers to follow social network services, gathering customers' information, or other invitational activities. While the rules appear to prohibit islands like the one belonging to Biden, it's still up and running on the game and can be visited by players. The rules also state any business use of the game that exceeds the rules set forth herein shall be permitted only with a separate and express written permission from Nintendo. So maybe Biden Island can stay, but they're going to have to ask Nintendo if that's all right. Yesterday, it was announced that New Horizons has been nominated for 3 prizes at the Game Awards: Game of the Year, Best Family Game, and Best Multiplayer Game as well. New Horizons was also used as part of an Oxford University study to the effects of video game use on mental health. The lead researcher claimed that the study shows if you play 4 hours of Animal Crossing a day, you're a much happier human being. But that's only interesting because all the other research before this is done so badly. Oh my God. That's gonna be on the back of the box for the next Animal Crossing game. 4 hours a day keeps the depression meds away, I guess. I don't know. But really interesting that Nintendo felt they had to come out and make this statement in light of the use of the game over the last couple months. And again, this is all about platform chasing. This is nothing new. We saw it happen in comics. We've been watching it happen in video games. It's happened in the animation industry. They're coming for anime right now and manga for sure. Anybody that's activist minded is always looking for the biggest megaphone, and Animal Crossing just happened to be a very large megaphone. But props to Nintendo. Props to Nintendo for putting their foot down. All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.